Why do certain engaged couples from Love is Blind keep getting cut out from the show? We have got to take a deep dive into this. So hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We've got to talk about Love is Blind Season 2 and what happened to the cast members that did not get any airtime. But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future updates. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality and Love is Blind. This season is really popping off and fans have been super invested and anxiously awaiting the season finale, which will air this Friday on Netflix. This season, the show found 30 singles from Chicago and 12 left engaged. But what did we actually see versus what actually happened? Because it turns out that there were other participants that made the commitment, got engaged in the pods, but ultimately did not get the screen time on TV. Caitlyn, McKee and Joey Miller, as well as Cara Williams and Jason Beaumont got engaged on the show. Now, it's unclear why producers chose to highlight some of the other couples' romances, but I'm assuming it has to do with timing and editing. You know, there's only 45 minutes an episode. There's plenty of couples. How are we going to be able to show so many love stories, especially when they don't end up working out? So I kind of feel like the producers pick and choose which couples they want to zone in on based on the interesting stories, the family backgrounds, diversity, just like which couples really will captivate us, that will gravitate to. And then maybe the boring couples get cut out. I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about these couples because they gave us an update on their social media. Now, Caitlyn took to her Instagram to write, "What you didn't see is that I also found love in the pods and left the show with a fiance. And I had an amazing summer and fell in love with the opportunity to travel, meet each other's families, and build a genuine relationship without the cameras and the crew." Now, Joey, her fiance at the time, said, "We vibed from the first pod date, got way deep, way fast, surprised each other with drumsticks, tacos, tequila, Bieber, and got engaged without ever seeing each other and had an amazing summer and fell in love without all of the cameras." So this relationship actually did not end up working out between the two of them, so no wonder Netflix didn't want to show it. But it's interesting that even though they got engaged in the pods and they were still together, they got cut from filming. They didn't end up going to Mexico. I mean, that's kind of unclear, but they clearly said in the captions that they weren't involved in the camera. So maybe they went to Mexico and then they weren't being filmed, but they were not being filmed after they left the pods and they were still together. So even though they didn't work out, I'm wondering if producers and the team realized that they weren't going to work out from like an outside perspective, or just didn't want to waste any, time on filming their love story because it wasn't interesting enough. I don't know. Maybe some of the other couples were more interesting. And the same thing happened with Cara and Jason. They walked out of the pods engaged as well, but also came to the conclusion that they were not meant to be together. Jason says he can still remember meeting Cara face to face, saying it was the best feeling I've ever had in my entire life, and all know they have since broken up. That will never take away the feelings and love I had for her throughout this process. So that's what Jason wrote on his Instagram. So I mean, these two couples that we didn't get to see that got engaged didn't work out. So I think that kind of works for Love is Blind. If they're trying to get a good success rate here, if they're hoping people forget about these couples. And the Love is Blind creator, Chris Collin, actually weighed in on this, and he recently said that they would love to have followed these couples, but they simply didn't have the resources. You only have so many crews and so much budget and so much time. He explained it would be amazing to follow everybody, but you just have to decide what feels like a good group to follow. So this kind of coincides with my point that they pick the most interesting and diverse love stories that will captivate the camera, give us the drama, go back and forth, and that these two couples probably were just not the most dynamic out of the bunch, and that's okay, and they didn't work out, so it is what it is. But I mean, Love is Blind either way. This season is so interesting. I'm most invested in Natalie and Shane. I feel like they have such a roller coaster relationship. We ended last episode with Danielle and Nick at their wedding, so who knows what's going to happen. I have a feeling they're still together, but I cannot wait to see what will happen on Love is Blind. Season 2, the finale, is just a few days away, so let us know your predictions. Comment down below your thoughts on this and the couples getting cut. We want to hear from you guys. And before you go, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future updates. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality. You guys can follow me down below at Zachary Reality. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!